Next up at UFC Vegas 66, we have a very interesting matchup here. We got Julian Marquez taking on Deron Winn. Julian Marquez 9-3 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, and he's coming off the first KO loss of his career. Deron Winn 7-3 overall, 2-3 in his last 5, and he's coming off that one-sided destruction by the hands of Phil Hawes.
Was it really one-sided though?
Phil Hawes absolutely murdered him. Anyway,
he came on in the second round, and Phil Hawes was tired, and it was. He landed some good shots.
Then you're gonna love this breakdown because I think this fight is very close. I think Julian probably wins it, but I am not betting on this fight. Julian Marquez, we have seen that dude get taken down. We've seen him get controlled, and he managed to pull out wins in those fights. But somebody like Deron Winn, short, stocky, has no problem winging punches, probably hits like a freight train, and can wrestle, a very accomplished wrestler. I don't think this is a lot of people are throwing Julian Marquez into parlays thinking that, you just watch Deron Winn get beat by Phil Hawes and Phil Hawes has no chin. That is not the MMA math you should be doing on this fight. The math you should be doing is look at the people who have taken Julian Marquez down. He's been taken down 14 times in 6 fights by people that are just not very good wrestlers, and Deron Winn is Deron Winn. So I do think Julian Marquez will win this fight because he just somehow pulls it out. In those fights where he's getting taken down, getting controlled, he pulls it out. He's got a few come from behind wins.
Good pull-out game.
But Deron Winn's very live here. One of the more live underdogs for sure. For sure. Jacob, can I get your opinion without the filth mouth, please?
Yeah, I was one of those people that warned everyone in that Phil Hawes fight because people were so high on Phil Hawes in that fight. Obviously, he came in, did what he needed to do, but I mentioned the toughness of Deron Winn. That dude is insanely tough, and you saw that in the matchup. I mean, just eating elbow after elbow after elbow, and all of a sudden it was like, oh shit, Phil Hawes is tired. And it was like, oh shit, Deron Winn just landed a right hand. And ultimately, he didn't have enough and he got finished. But do not underestimate the toughness of of Deron Winn. And coming to this matchup, because he's had lack of success on the feet and really wants to win a fight, maybe he does use his wrestling for once. Because for whatever reason, you mentioned he's an accomplished wrestler. Very, very, very good wrestler that just doesn't want to use wrestling. He does a lot of just ducking under, throwing that overhand right. But if he came in shape and uses wrestling, he can out-wrestle pretty much anyone, maybe not in this division because he's like 5'5" at 185 pounds. And he said last time to make weight, did he miss weight? I think he actually made weight, but he said for that camp, he cut 30 pounds for that. So he is like 5'6". I mean, it's crazy. If he would like somehow get in, obviously he must not be able to, but if he was like at 155 or 170 with his wrestling and his control, he would be an absolutely a top 15 fighter. I digress. At 185, he's still a better wrestler than most people, but I just can't trust him to use that. If he comes in to use it, I would probably pick him, but I think he might get in a little warfare here. And as you mentioned, Julian, I think his nickname is the Cuban Missile Crisis, I think.
Yeah, it's a cool nickname.
Yeah, I think he just finds a way to get it done. So I got to go with Julian here, but I would not play either side of this. I did play either side. I did play a bet in this, but it's not on either side, and become a premium member to find out what that is, and have fun with this. I'm gonna be rooting for Deron, but I think it's a tough go. Can't trust him yet.
Yeah, I mean, I like him for sure. I like Deron Winn. Again, to your point, I don't like him enough to actually go ahead and spend the money on him. We'll see. This is another one. I'm going to wait for that takedown prop bet because for sure, Deron Winn's going to get more takedowns than Julian Marquez. The only thing I hate, so I love Bet Online. Both of us do. Obviously, we have an affiliate deal with them. We have an affiliate deal with everybody, though, so there's no reason to push them over anybody else because we have the same deal with everybody. But they absolutely have the best prop bets for MMA. It's not even close. They do 17 different prop bets per fight. And that includes who's going to get more takedowns, who's going to land more significant strikes. And then they set actual lines, 2 takedowns, over, under. I'm definitely going to figure something out with the takedown prop bet here because Deron Winn for sure will be the who's going to get more takedowns, but that might be minus 600. But they might give him a half of a takedown line or like a 1 takedown line, something stupid like that. And I agree with you. I think he's going to go to his wrestling because he knows he's got to win. Everybody wants to keep their job.
Didn't he retire? I could have sworn that after the last fight, he was like, you know what, guys, maybe this just isn't for me type of speech. And obviously that's probably going to be like an in a moment, even if it was. But I thought that he was like, said that he was like done or something. Or no, I think it was before his last fight. He said he was like reignited and excited to fight again, or there was something going on.
Yeah, I don't remember, obviously, but
It's one of those symptoms we've been talking about.
Okay.
That's why we're getting. That's why we're finding you a good home tomorrow.
Like a cat. 8,700 to 7,500. I think Deron Winn. I don't know if I'm going to do it in a cash league, but Deron Winn should be in some of your larger tournament plays for sure. For sure. You agree? You don't think he... Okay. Anyway, a large tournament play, I think he absolutely should be in one of your lineups because let's not forget Julian Marquez was just knocked out. Deron Winn has very real power. Obviously, Deron Winn was on the wrong side, but the way their knockouts were a little different. One of them's got a little bit of a better chin. The faces, dude. The face. You just gaslight me every week, and I get irritated.
Just looking at myself.
Now you know the misery that is my life every Tuesday night. Stare at that. Anyway, become a premium member. Get access to the bets. Jacob mentioned he's got bets on this. The minute those takedown prop bets drop, I don't know what the odds are, so I can't promise I'm going to hit it, but I'm definitely going to be looking at them very, very closely, and anything remotely close to favorable will be bet on. And if you're already a premium member, which you should be, link your Discord, costs nothing, a couple clicks of a button. That's how you get the alerts to your phone. You don't even ever need to go to the website. You just use Discord. It's all right there, and you get the alerts, the push notifications to your phone.